Hey guys, I'm going to be talking about some memory. It's in chapter 7 on page 200 in our psychology book. Let's see. I'm pretty much going to be talking about like the spacing effect and cramming, stuff like that. The space study and self-assessment is where it's at in chapter 7. We tend to learn and retain information better whenever it's spread out in different periods rather than cramming it all at one time, which means, if you have a test coming up, take out a few days a week to study for it instead of trying to learn everything the night before. I know I'm very guilty of that. I know a test is coming up, or I know I have something I'm supposed to be studying for, and right then I'll say, I don't have time, or I'll study later, I can do this later. It's not a whole lot of information. And the night before the test, I stay up late, and I'm cramming and cramming and cramming all the information I can, going over it and over it and over it. And when you cram information like that, you feel positive, you feel good. Hey, I learned a whole bunch of information in a short period of time. I can do this. The test is tomorrow. I'll remember all of it. And turns out that's the worst thing you can do. I have failed plenty of tests by cramming. Just once you go to sleep, or even if you lose a lot of sleep and you take a test the next day, it's hard to remember any of that information that you crammed the night before. And I don't know how many times I've done that, thinking I'm going to ace this test. It's a piece of cake, and I don't do so good. And it seems like although we learn it really fast, we forget it even faster. It states that here in the book by a researcher. Herman Ebbinghaus. He's the one that states that we learn information quick, but we also forget it quick. There's also something called the testing effect. It's where we practice of reading something and remembering it rather than just sitting there reading the information from the book word from word. That also, it's practice, and it also seems to help you be able to remember information later on. You tend to be able to recall information that you've retained if you go over it and over it and over it. Also, when you're reading something, if you somehow relate your information to an experience that you've had in the past, or if it's something that you're interested in, you tend to be able to retain it a lot better. For example, I'm trying to finish up my teaching degree. I still have my social studies test to pass. I've already taken it twice, and no matter how much I sit and study, I cannot remember the dates and names, and it's because that information does not interest me. I cannot get interested in any type of history whatsoever. That's why I failed it twice. But the math, I was kind of worried at first. I did it, I studied, but math interested me. That's why I did so great, because it was something I was interested in. I wanted to learn it. It seems like I can read and read and read something out of the history book, and then a few minutes later, I'm sitting there thinking, what did I just read? I don't remember any of it. And if there was a way I could associate with what I'm reading to either an experience, or even if I was interested in it, I would be able to retain it a lot better. That's just what makes it easier. Also, well, actually, that's about it.